Hello there, crafty friends. It's Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my third alternative using the November 2019 paper pumpkin kit. I hope you'll stick around and see what I'm going to make. Thank you so much for stopping by today. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope by the end of this video that you'll be inspired to click on that subscribe button below and maybe even tap on that bell for notifications. If you're already a subscriber and regular viewer, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. Like I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be creating my third alternative for the month using the Winter Gifts Paper Pumpkin Kit. So far this month, I have shared the two cards that you see in front of you. Because I really don't need gift tags, I wanted to turn this kit into cards. If you would like to see how I created either of these cards, make sure to check out the description box below, and I'll also have a playlist linked at the end of the video. For today's video, I'm going to kind of recreate the tag with the tree, but I will be making it into a clear card. Let's go ahead and see some of the supplies I'll be using. For today's card, I'll be using a mixture of items from the kit with items from my own stash. From the kit, I'll be using the Let It Snow sentiment from the stamp set. I got out the rectangle that's kind of an ombre blue, the blue fishtail banner, the red rectangle strip, the Christmas tree tag, two of the little snowflakes, the silver sequins, and the silver thread. Items that won't be from the kit are I got out some liquid applique, I got out a cherry cobbler Stampin' Spot. This actually was from a previous paper pumpkin kit, just not this month. I also got out a piece of white cardstock, red cardstock, and you can't really see it, but there is a piece of clear cardstock here on the bottom. If I pull in any other products later, I will be sure to let you know what those are. Speaking of later, as soon as I start the process, I will go to a voiceover. If I leave you with any questions, make sure to leave those in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Let's go ahead and get crafty. I do want to apologize. It seems that my video or my camera started to not focus during the process. So please bear with me, just get through the next few minutes, and then I do have nice crisp images of the finished project. The first thing I did here was cut my piece of clear cardstock in half to 4 1/4 inches wide, and then I folded that for my card base. I then cut a piece of white cardstock that was 2 5/8 inches wide by 9 inches tall. This will be folded in half to be kind of an inner card inside my clear card base, so I will have room to write the note to the recipient. Finally, I cut a piece of red cardstock that is 2 7/8 inches wide by 4 3/4 inches tall. You'll see later that this is just kind of a mat for that inside card. Now that everything was cut, it was time to start assembling the card. I started by placing the ombre piece of blue from the kit onto the folded inner white card, and then that got adhered centered on the red mat. Once those were all put together, this piece got centered on the inside of my clear card base. Now it is time to start decorating the front. Because the cherry cobbler ink is a little too dark for the red from the kit, I did want to do a stamp off of the image before it goes on to my final piece. So there you'll see I stamped that on a scrap of card and then placed it centered in my blue banner. To add some texture to the card front, I am using liquid applique on that Christmas card tag. This comes out looking kind of liquidy like glue, and then later you'll see when I heat set this, it puffs up to white and it looks kind of like snow. Once that was heat set off screen, I trimmed off the circle at the top that normally you would put the silver thread through for the tag. The rest of the elements for this card will all get adhered to the front. This way you have more layers and dimensions because there are different levels on the card. I started by putting some adhesive on the back of the tree, and then once that was placed down, I got my sentiment ready for the front of the card. I started by adhering the red long strip to the back of my stamped sentiment piece, and then I used some mini dimensionals. I put one at each end to adhere that to the front of the card. This way it would still be high enough to go over that tree. Next, I used the mini glue dots that came with the kit to adhere the 2 small snowflakes to the card front. And finally, I added 3 of the silver sequins to the card front. I used 1 of the larger and 2 of the smaller size that were provided in the kit. I decided at this point that I would not be using the silver thread. And here are some close-ups of the finished card. I hope you enjoyed that look at how I created my latest project. If you did, as always, I appreciate a thumbs up. Until my next video, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch all the way to the end of the video. I hope that you'll consider clicking on one of the videos or playlists I have linked above, and if you're interested in any of the products or tools that I use in the video, I do have some links in the description box.